Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to vlog 402, and this has been 402 days of trying to build an 8-figure agency. And today we're going to talk about the top 7 business constraints that you're probably having or have had or will have on your way to 7 figures. Now, the reason why I'm going to be walking around outside today is because I'm waiting for my partner to go to our boxing class. But most importantly, how can we make some valuable content for you guys? So without further ado, let's get into these 7 business constraints that you're probably having. And number 1 is going to be lack of lead flow. So if you're using a lead source as your main way of getting customers and you're not generating 300 to 400 leads every single month, then you probably don't have enough leads. Now keep in mind, this is for a full-time person. If you're doing this part-time and you do a lot of warm market and referrals, you might get away with less, but if not, 300 to 400 leads is a minimum. Now, when you start getting enough leads, the second issue that you're going to run through is not having enough calendar availabilities. So you might be getting a lot of leads, you're booking a lot of appointments, but you don't have enough space in your calendar to be able to book those people. So when you get there, there's a couple things you can do. Either you start grading appointments and you only take the best appointments and you free up the space with the B calls, as we like to call them, and you just remove them from the calendar because they're not worth your time anymore. So that's one way to do it. The other way is obviously you hire some more team members or give those lesser good calls to other people on your team. And that's how you free up calendar availability. Or even better, you just open up more slots, and now you can take, ideally 6 to 7 appointments a day is what we like to see booked on our calendar every single day. So that's how you fix the calendar availability issue. Now, if your issue was lead flow, how you would fix that is obviously you need to generate more leads or find a way to generate more leads. All right, number 3 is going to be show rates. If your show rate is below 60%, then it could be higher. If your show rate is higher than 60%, then you're doing a really good job. So you don't need to worry about that. But if your show rate is like 40 or 50%, then you need to work on increasing your show rate or double booking appointments, which is what some people are doing. So keep that in mind. Show rate could hurt you. If you have a 30% show rate and you're not double booking, or you're not actively tracking that and trying to increase it, that's a problem. Number 4 is going to be offer rates. So when you get people on the phone or on Zoom with you or an in-person appointment, are they actually qualified? Do you actually get to the end of your presentation and make them an offer or share with them what kind of insurance they should be getting? Or you don't get there on the first call because they're just not qualified. So if you have an offer rate problem, is if less than 80% of your calls are finishing with an offer, that means you should be grading applications, grading appointments better, or have more qualifications or steps and friction before people get to the call. So that was number 4. Now, number 5 really sucks, but it's having a low close rate. So if your close rate on live appointments is less than 20%, then you really should worry about your sales skills. So ideally, you want to get that close rate to 30% on live calls and up. If you're able to do that, your life is going to be great, and you're going to scale very fast with online traffic. Now, all these numbers I'm sharing, guys, I mean for you know, cold traffic, not for your warm market and referrals, because that's obviously, you know, way easier. So you should get higher show rates, you know, higher offer rates, higher close rates and all that. Except what I've seen a lot of people struggle with is because it's warm market and referrals, they don't qualify people before getting them on an appointment. So their offer rate is actually really low. You don't want that happening to you, because then you're just wasting a bunch of time. So make sure you have those numbers in check. All right, number 6 is going to be lack of profitability because of marketing. If your cost per lead is above $15 or at $15 or more, I've seen some people pay like 40 bucks for leads. It's going to be very hard to be decently profitable and be able to make something happen with your marketing. So keep that in mind. Make sure your cost per appointment is low. Make sure your cost per lead is low, so that you can have a low cost per offer and a low cost per client, right? If you're not profitable with your marketing, you're never going to be able to reinvest and grow your business. So that's pretty obvious. A couple things you can do to increase your profitability with marketing is get better at sales, get better at appointment setting, or get better at marketing and do your own marketing. Generate your own leads for cheap, right? That's another solution. The last one is going to be lack of profitability due to sales. So let's say you have a perfect cost per lead, $5, $10, a perfect cost per book call, good show rate, good lead flow volume, you know, good appointment volume, but you're not making money, then more than likely it's because of your sales skills. So you want to keep that in mind, pay attention to that, and if it's that, it sucks, because that's the hardest thing to fix, the sales skills, right? And a common mistakes I see is people try to fix everything except their sales skills, just due to ego and, you know, because it's hard. It's the hard thing to do, so people don't want to do it. So that's the 7th one. And then I got a bonus for you guys. If you don't know your exact percentages and metrics for everything we just talked about, then your biggest issue to scale, your biggest business constraint right now is lack of tracking. Lack of tracking your numbers, lack of self-awareness, and that's an easy fix. You just got to get good at tracking your stuff. So leave a comment below if you actually want me to share our tracking system, if that would be valuable for you guys. But yeah, I mean, if right now I'm asking you last 30 days, what's your lead flow? How many leads did you generate? How many appointments did you book? How many of those appointments showed up? What was your show rate? What was your offer rate? What was your cost per sale? Your cost per client acquisition? Your return on marketing? Your profitability rate? And you don't know these numbers, or they're not accessible immediately by clicking a few buttons on your computer, then your biggest issue right now is tracking. Because as long as you don't have good tracking, you're not going to be able to identify constraints. So you're not going to be able to remove them from your business. So I hope that was valuable. I hope you guys like this style of video, and that you can subscribe to the channel for more daily value like this. And hopefully you can get to 7 figures within the next 12 months with the daily content and business tips that I'm sharing in those daily vlogs. So without further ado, I'm gonna head to the boxing session here. Maybe I'm gonna film a little bit of content there for you guys, and I'll see you in tomorrow's vlog. Cheers.